Hey everybody, Heather here. Today I thought we would color this cute Goldie Whimsy stamp image. Because she's got blue-green hair and she's got this little bubble here, I thought maybe we could work on that today. Alright, I've already started by stamping my image on Neenah Solar White 80-pound cardstock with Memento Tuxedo Black ink. And I'm going to start by coloring her face first. So I'm going to start by coloring her skin areas first. So I'm going to start with E21. And I'm going to lay down E21 where I want it to be darkest. And I'm going to go over that with E00. I'm going to go up here and do her face, and I'm going to start over again with E21. And she's got a little bit of her ear poking out right here, so I want to get that. And I like to give her a little bit of a nose, so I'm just going to take my pen and just give her a little bit of a highlight, right, like that, just to give her like she's got a shadow there on her nose. And then I'm going to fill it in with E00. And then let's give her some cheek color with R20. And we're going to blend that out with R30. And then I'm going to add a little bit more shadow with E21. And then I'm going to blend that with E00. And I think I'll go back and add a little bit more rosy cheeks with R20 again. Alright, so she has some pretty blue-green hair, so we're going to work on that next. So let's start with BG18. And I'm going to work on this section of her hair right here first. So I'm going to put a little bitty bit of my BG18 right here where her hair goes in. It looks like her roots would be showing. And then maybe just get a few of these little strands down here, just the ends. And this one looks like it's tucked up behind her little curl there, so I'm going to give that one a little touch. Maybe right here above her ear. Go brush this way a little bit too. Okay, then I'm going to go in and I'm going to add BG15. And so I brush right over the top of my BG18 just a little bit. And she's got a few of these little strands on this side that look like it kind of, this piece here looks like it kind of curls over the top of this little section. So I'm going to brush these just a little bit so it looks like it folds underneath of that one. Maybe just give it a little touch back here in the back so it looks like it's darkening as it rolls over. Okay, then I'm going to add BG13. And then let's go to BG11. And then let's go over that whole leftover section with BG10. 10. And even though I've colored this side over here, I'm still going to go over this one again. And that'll just kind of help blend it a little bit more. Okay, and let's do our bangs. So I'm going to go back to BG 18. And then BG 15. BG 13. BG 11. And then lightly go over the whole thing with BG 10. Alright, and if you want to lighten it up just a little bit right here in the front, because I got a little dark, I'm going to take my colorless blender and I'm just going to swipe it over the middle right here. Just a little bit. Maybe up here at the top, give it a little bit of a highlight. We'll let that dry and I'll come back and see if I need to give it a little bit of more of a swipe. But I think that looks pretty good. So let's go down here and work on her fin. So for her fin, I'm going to start with YR24. And I'm actually going to start right here on her little tail, right, this part. And this is my darkest color, so I'm going to lay it down right at the base. And then I'm going to get this little fin right here. And then she's got a little fin right here. Let's get that one just a little bit. And then I want it to be dark down here along the bottom. And right up next to this little bubble. Okay, and then I'm going to go to Y26. So I'll go down here to my fin where I started. Brush a little bit of this on there. And then I'm going to fill it in with Y21. Okay, and then she's got this little space that's underneath the bubble here that I'm going to color with Y26. Just a little bit right here next to the edge, because I want the bubble to make it appear that it's lighter than the rest. And then Y21. Okay, so now that that's dried just a little bit, I'm going to take my colorless blender and I'm just going to brush it very lightly on the edge over this way and lighten it up just a little bit. Let's see how it lightened it just a bit? And then we're going to go work on our bubble. So for our bubble, we're going to use B01, and I want my bubble to be darkest out here. So I'm going to take and give it an outline right along this edge of the bubble. Then I'm going to add B000. And I actually left these little spots right here white, so I'm going to try not to hit those. You can't always push it back out with your colorless blender though if you do get some in there. And then I'm going to fill it in with B quadruple 0. Okay, so we got our bubble there, and we have this great blue area out here for our bubble. But the bubble is actually on top of the girl right here, so we're going to add B quadruple 0 right on top of her where the bubble is. And I'm just going to lightly brush it right over the top. So it looks like she's behind the bubble and the bubble's blue in front of her, casting a shadow on her. And I want to lighten my little bubble up here, right here in the middle here, so I'm going to take my colorless blender and I'm just going to lightly flick over it. And then that'll lighten that up just a little bit. And here, see how her hair has, after I put the colorless blender on there, it made it a little bit lighter here in the middle. I'm going to go ahead and go over it again. Just going to lightly sweep over that and let that dry a little bit. And for these little flowers in her hair, I used YG03. And I didn't do anything fancy, I just colored them in. Plus it helps hide a little bit of that blue-green on her, if you were a messy color like I was and got it on the flowers a little bit. You don't have to worry about erasing it because you can just cover it mostly up with this YG03. Doesn't her hair look great? So you do all the bubbles like that. And the snail is going to be YG green, this YG03, 05, and 01. But we're not going to color him today. But that's how you would do her hair, and you do the fin, and you do the color over her skin, or her stomach and her fin here, so that the bubble looks like it's floating over the top of it. And here's the finished card again. And for a better picture, you can go to the blog, and there's a blown-up picture there, so you can see it a lot better. But I hope you had fun. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day.